welcome to another class with Mr. Ola. Today we are going straight to talk about the keyboard. When we say the keyboard or the musical keyboard, because we have a computer keyboard, right? Okay, so when we say a musical keyboard, it refers to a set of black and white keys which represent musical sounds. Okay, so most people call our digital, let me say it's a digital keyboard. Most people call it keyboard, but there are various instruments that actually make use of a keyboard. Okay, so we have the accordion, all right, we have the harpsichord, we have the piano, we have the organ. Okay, so all these instruments make use of the white and black keys. That's what we refer to as the keyboard. Yeah. Okay, so but they have their own peculiarities and little differences. Do you understand? Okay, so when we say the musical keyboard, we're basically talking about those black and white keys. Now we want to understand what those black and white keys entail. Okay, good. Now, so the white keys of the keyboard are called natural keys because they are naturally occurring sounds. Now, but the black ones, we call them the accidentals. Okay, so those are the ones that carry the sharp or flat. So I said in my previous video that we have sharps and flats. They are called accidentals in music. Now, because these notes carry those accidentals, in fact each one of them has a sharp note, a sharp name, and has a flat name. Okay, so we'll see that as we go further. So each one of them has a sharp name and a flat name, so that's why we call them what? Accidentals. Okay, now how do we remember the letters on the keyboard, the names? So now if you look at the keyboard is in a group of white and black keys. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's look at it closely. If you have one close by, you can also look at it. You see that it's in a group of what? Black, 2 black, 3 black, 2 black, 3 black, 2 black, 3 black. So 2 black, there's a space. Before you have 3 black, there's another space, another 2 black, space again. Can we say that? Okay, so there's a group of 2 blacks and 3 blacks. Okay, so there's a group of 2 blacks and 3 blacks. Now, when you look at the 2 blacks, the white note in the middle of the 2 blacks is called letter D. That's another easy way to remember it. The white note in the middle of 2 black notes is what? Letter D. Can we say that? Okay, and then the alphabets we use in music are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We use A to G in music. When you get to G, you start again from A. Okay, so now that is why, and they follow each other alphabetically. This naming follow each other alphabetically. So after letter D, the next letter is letter what? E. That's why the next person is E. You see the next one, the next letter is what? F. Next letter is what? G. Next letter is what? A. Next one is what? B. And then before letter D, according to your alphabets, A, B, C, D. So C comes before D. So the white key at the back of D will be what? C. Simple. Again, the 2 black keys. When you see the 2 black keys, I call them the twins. When you see the twins, the white note in the middle of them is letter D. These ones are triplets. Now the other side is a triplet. This one is the twins here. So in the middle of the twins, the white note there is letter D. And then all the alphabets follow each other alphabetically. So we can name all the white keys. So after letter D will be letter E. After letter E will be letter F, letter G, letter A, letter B, and so on. Alright, now before letter D, according to our alphabet, we have A, B, C, and D. So C comes before D. So the white key before D here will be C. So these white keys are settled, right? Okay, let's look at how to name the black keys. Now, please pay attention to this one. This is where the technicality comes in. Now, the black keys are named from the 2 white keys beside them. 2 white keys beside them. Okay, so one white key will be on the left, one white key will be on the right. So if you look at the black key here that is named C sharp and D flat, the 2 white keys beside it are C and D. One is on the left and one is on the right. Now, if you want to name it with the one on the left will carry a sharp. The person on the right will carry a flat. So that's why C became C sharp. and D became D flat. Can we see that? Let's look at it for another person. Let's look at the one we named G sharp or A flat. G sharp or A flat. Now if you look at it, G is on the left and A is on the right. So we use two of them to name him. So if the one on the left will take a sharp, the one on the right will take a flat. So his name becomes what? G sharp or A flat. Can we see that? Okay, let's try another one. Let's try this one that we called D sharp or E flat. So if you take the name, D is on the left, E is on the right. So like we said before, if you take from D to name him, it becomes what? D sharp. It will call it a sharp. E will take a what? A flat. It becomes what? E flat. Straightforward. Is that clear? I hope it is clear. Alright, one more thing we want to touch here are enharmonic notes. Now, enharmonic notes are two notes that have the same pitch but are spelled differently. In other words, I can say it's two notes that have the same key or the same sound but two names. So for example, now if we have a boy called Bola Afam. His name is Bola Afam. Okay, so he's one person, right? But he has two names. He has Bola and he has Afam. Okay, so now that's the same thing with these black notes. The black notes, so some of the notes have two names. It's still the same person, it's still the same sound you will hear, but you can call it with two different names. Are we there? Okay, so we can see them on the keyboard already. We have C sharp and D flat. It's the same person. We have D sharp and E flat. It's also the same person. C, F sharp and G flat. It's the same person but it has two names. So these two names are called enharmonic names. They are enharmonic names or enharmonic notes. So G sharp and A flat enharmonic, A sharp, B flat enharmonic. Now let's come to the white keys. There are some white keys that also have enharmonic names. An example is B sharp and C. Now remember that we said B and C are close to each other. There's nothing in between them. So if a sharp increases a note by a semitone, if I take B forward, it will land on what? On C. That's why B sharp and C sound the same. They are the same person. If I take C backwards, that is, if I flatten C, it will land on B. So C flat and B are the same person. Right? Same thing. F flat and E is the same person. They are enharmonic. F flat and E. Also, E flat and E sharp, and F are also enharmonic. It's the same person, but they have two names. Are we there? Okay, that's quite clear. All right. Okay, so basically, I want you to understand that the keyboard simply talks about the white and black keys, right? The white keys are natural, the black keys are accidentals, and we have enharmonic names. Enharmonic names means that it's the same person, the same sound or the same key, but it has different names. Okay, so these names are called enharmonic names. All right, good. So if you have questions, you can send them to me. Bye bye for now.